And we're back! Welcome to Fetch Quests. My name is Joshua, and I'm here again with another Dinkum video. Just some more helpful tips that I've discovered as I've played the game, and also with a lot of help from the community, from a lot of y'all, from comments that you've left in my other videos. I also want to say from the bottom of my heart that I greatly appreciate all of y'all, and it means a lot to me. I do dedicate a lot of time and effort into making these videos for fun, and I'm really glad that the reception's been as helpful and as encouraging as it's been. So thank you all so much. It means more to me than you know. All right, let's get right into it. In my last video, I talked about how you can actually plant crops in the water, and I also noticed that they were growing at different rates. And what was happening was my villagers, they were coming over here and watering for me. So, a tip that I have is, oh, hello pumpkin. You can still plant in the water, as you see here. The trick though, to get them to water, if I press, I'm using a controller, an Xbox controller. So if I press X, I'm just gonna fill my watering can. I don't actually water them. The trick is to press the action button on a tile that is ground, as long as it's not the water. So if I press it X here, obviously he's going to try to water the ground. So what I can do, since there's a little bit of a delay, you press the action button while facing ground and you just rotate. So now, not really showcasing it very well. I'm nervous, y'all. Yeah. So there we go. There's 3, 4, 5. And here I can stand, spin around. Oops. So hopefully that helps y'all. Your crops still need to be watered. The game doesn't recognize the ocean as an adequate water source. So, oh, okay. Not sure why I got dinks. Oh, walking around. Walking around on those, what do you call them? Feet. So whatever your layout looks like, just make sure that you have enough tile around you that is walkable, dry ground, and you too can have crops growing out of the water. Another tip that I found, and it's more of an aesthetic thing than anything else, I don't really think it serves a purpose, is you can have water, at least the level of water that you can still stand in your enclosures. So here for the wombats, they like it and they'll walk around in it. It's kind of cute seeing them splash around. And all you do is, if you're near some water, you just dig up the space around it and the water will fill. So for this enclosure, all I did was, basically, if I had no fence here, dig it up and you see it'll fill. And I just kind of designed the space that I wanted, and then you put the sand back and voila, you have water. I think it's really applicable and cute to watch your little pleeps walk around in the water. I mean, they look like little platypuses. Platypuses? Anyways. Yeah, look at him go. I like to think he enjoys it. This one's name is Possum. Because, good boy, Possum. Or girl. Don't really know. This next tip I want to show has really saved me a lot of time. Since I'm using a controller, I can only move one tile at a time, right? One square at a time here. So maybe if you're using mouse and keyboard, this tip doesn't necessarily apply to you. However, if you are using a controller, in this case an Xbox controller, pressing Y, as you can see there, it calls it quick move. So depending on the context, your item that you click on will move from one section to the next section. In this case, I just have my normal bag inventory open. So if I press Y on an item that's down here, it moves it up top into, I guess, my bag. Whereas if I click Y up top, it'll move it down, right? So really quick and easy way of sorting your items. If you want to bring something down to your toolbar, just quicker access to sorting your items. And what I mean by context is, let's say you open up a wooden crate now. It's no longer going to quick move into your toolbar. It'll quick move here into the crate. So now if I press Y, it's moving all my items to the crate. And if I press Y here, it also moves it to the crate. So if you don't want to do that and you want to go back to your toolbar, quick move, you just exit out and there you are. So hopefully that helps some of you out. I know for me it's a real time saver on the controller. As you do progress the game and you have more access to different crops, or maybe you get lucky when Reyna visits for the first few times and you buy corn from her. Corn can be used in a few cooking recipes, like the Dagwood Dog, which gives you high energy, I think greater attack and defense, so great when you're going into the mines. And that's the only recipe corn is used for. But what I really want to show you is kind of a more advanced version of putting grass in the mill for animal feed. You can put corn in the mill, and what it will do is over time, it'll spit out 1, and then 2, and then 3, a total of 10 animal feed per 1 corn. So it is much more efficient. Make sure to grow a whole lot of corn. You'll be using it a lot for the mill to feed your animals, and it sells for a decent amount too. So it hasn't been that long. It's already spit out 1, and it'll keep spitting them out throughout the day. For some reason, Pleeps poop Roo-Poo. Are they the same species? I don't know. Here's something pretty neat that I discovered. So I wanted to create a river that kind of cut through near my village, near my town, but I wanted it to kind of make sense. I have a lake here, and I shoveled all this ground out to have water come through. So I can still walk in it here. I planted some flowers. But I also have a bridge here, right? And I wanted to kind of be nice to look at and overlook some water. So I dug all this out, created this river, not knowing if any life would form in it, right? So what I appreciate this about the game is it does. The other day I was playing and I saw some fish that were actually in my river. I made sure to make it the depth that you can swim. So on the other side, it does get shallower and you could walk on it. But at least in this section, it's only swimmable. And as you can see, I have things like freshwater mussels. I have a starfish right here. This wasn't here before. I dug all this out. So that's really neat. I'm glad that they added this feature to the game. As you terraform and create water, you can have life there. Don't have an example right now, but you'll just have to believe me when I say that fish do spawn in this water. So I can go fishing in my town. As you go digging around your island, whether you're using the metal detector or you have metal detecting upgraded to level 2, I'm sure by now you've dug up a lot of holes around your island. But if you come across shiny discs, make sure you hold on to those. I haven't yet come across a crafting recipe that required shiny discs, so their primary purpose, at least early in the game, would be to hold on to, stack them up. You might have 10, 20, 30. And what you'll do is you'll sell those to Franklin when he visits. He's the scientist guy that visits your island. You can't kill spiders, but you can catch them. Well, if you have room in your pockets. Lucky enough for me, Franklin is visiting my island today in his tent. I don't have enough friendship with him yet to have him permanently move in. But this is what you're really here for. You choose the option. I have some discs for you. And check this out. Even just one disc sells for 9,768, which is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, if you can imagine, you stack up on those, you hold on to those for a while and then sell them, you're going to make some pretty good money. So I got 2 of them, which is pretty awesome. So, take that, carry the 1, bring over the 5, mental math, and that brings us to a total of 19,536, of course. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Thanks, Franklin. So, minor spoiler, click ahead if you don't want to see the different items that Franklin can sell you. It's pretty cool. I've seen other people use chainsaws, jackhammers, and compactors. They're basically just souped up versions of your hand tools. Chainsaw just mows down trees. A jackhammer jacks up rocks and ore. And when you're in the mines, it can take out the kind of stalactite wall looking things that block your path just super easily. And a compactor will level out the ground. All these items you pay dinks for and also need the ingredients to craft. You can get things like a lawnmower, jet ski, a bike for the water. I like that. A motorbike. You can zoom around your island fast. A tractor. This is just ridiculous. 3 million dinks? I'm almost there. I think if I were to get a vehicle, I would get the jet ski. I want to zoom around on that water real fast. Oh, did I keep you too long? I'm sorry, Franklin. Oh, wow. You got a green thumb, Franklin. I appreciate that. Good day. I've discovered some more information regarding bridges. So if you've seen my very first Dinkum video that I uploaded, again, thank you. I show you how you can use a pickaxe on the bridge in case you wanted to move it or just do away with it. Now, the reason I was able to use the pickaxe is because I have a stone bridge. And of course, how do you mine stone? You use a pickaxe. However, over here, I have a wooden bridge. And if I try to use my pickaxe on my wooden bridge, it does not work. So, how do you chop down trees and get wood in the game? Use an axe, which I don't have on my hotbar. Bop, bop. So now you'll see. There it is. There's the health bar. Yeah. So use your axe on things like wooden bridges, and it's the same concept. Hopefully that helps y'all. Get out there, build some bridges, connect lands, make friends. I wanted to expand a little on fishing. In my first video where I talk about it, I don't really go into detail. I just kind of show the general idea. So here I have a more in-depth look at fishing. I still have the basic fishing rod, the very first one that you can get in the game. Haven't upgraded it. Now there's really two things you want to remember. Press and hold the reel button when the fish is not fighting you. And when he does turn to add some tension on the line and fight you, repeatedly tap the reel button. This will help you to not lose durability in your line. So let me go ahead and showcase that here. Oh, we got one. Okay, so I'm going to tap X. Now I gave up. I'm going to hold X. He's turning. I'm going to tap X. I'm not losing durability. I'll hold X. And there we go. Got a garfish. Also, fun fact, this thing that I'm standing on, you can also mine. The coral that you see jutting out of the water, you can actually mine. If I swim out here, see how part of it is jutting out of the water? You can actually mine it. Hey! And it drops a lot of copper. Oh, I'm drowning. Oh, look at that big fish. Let's deploy our strategy. If you make a mistake, it will get broken. A Luderick. I can't read. Look at that. This next tip is for those who are starting the game for the very first time, or if you're like me, and you're just wanting to get a change of pace and have a new save file. Your first task is to set up your base tent. Now, what's vital here in the very first task that you're given upon arriving on your island is time itself will not move. If you played the game, you know just how fast the day can get away from you. Well, it's 10 a.m. and that's not going to change until I put down this base tent. So a lot of y'all in the comments have provided some really helpful tips of literally going around and exploring your island. It's massive. There's so much to see. I've seen some people say build your base right smack dab in the middle of the island. That way you're really close to the teleporters, which are on the north, south, east, and west points of your map. I have so much water right around me. Those dingoes really want to kill that kangaroo. I already see lots of hardwood that I can cut down once I upgrade my axe. I'm really near bananas as well. And my other file, I had to go quite a distance to see bananas. Peligroso? What in the world? There's 4 crocodiles? Kind of a dangerous place. 5? 6? Wow. Maybe we don't build a base camp right here. Got some of them jiggly rocks. Oh, wow. Yep, definitely in the desert area. All the ore you could possibly mine. Those things are freaking scary. Look at those eyes. Look at those derpy little eyes. Yeah, you better run away. Look at this vista. It's beautiful way out there on the horizon. Maybe this is where I want to set up camp. Looks like a nice base area. And look at this. I've traveled all the way from the east side to kind of the southwest side. Let's set our tent. Alright, and then Grandma teleports. Alright, y'all. There you have it. Take as much time as you need when you start a new game to find the best and most perfect spot for your town to start growing. I can even find a place for my tent. Maybe I want it right here on the beach. What? Oh no. I set up camp right next to these guys? Abort! Abort! I'm just trying to set up my tent, homie. Oh. It's nice of you to pause while I set up my tent. Oh no. Quickly, let's move on to the next tip. Sometimes the day just gets away from you and you've spent so many hours exploring and just adventuring around your island, but it's time to head home. Well, if you check your map and you find that you're very far away from home, you may get tired of constantly running, checking the map, running some more, checking the map, and running even more just to check the map. Especially if it's nighttime. It's a little bit scary out there. What you can do is actually press on the controller, it's the A button on the Xbox controller. You can kind of place a beacon down. You can place a beacon on any icon that you see here on the map. So even icons that I've placed, I can highlight it there. Typically though, if it's late at night, I want to head home. I want to mark my house. And you can see on the mini map, the beacon stays lit and you're able to find your way all the way home without constantly needing to open up the map. So it's a little bit of a quality of life hack to make the game cheese. A little more convenient for you. Alright, and the last tip I wanted to show y'all, as you can see, it's getting late. It's time for this guy to hit the hay. You like my couch? It's cute, right? Anyways, is that you can place kind of on display different fish and critters that you catch in your net. All you got to do is have them in your hotbar, your toolbar, and then you look at the way he's holding that thing. And you press, at least on the controller, X. You just press the action button, and you can see there, similar to Animal Crossing, it puts them in a little box. You can rotate it, press the action button again, and there you go. Looks like he's got his own light source. You could do the same though for a fish. Look at this guy. Not gonna last very long out of water like that, but let's put him in a giant tank. And there you go. You can have your very own aquarium inside your house. Make the place look kind of nice. I got a whole lot of space and nothing to fill it with. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope it was still helpful for you. I don't know how far along y'all are in the game. You're probably a lot farther than me. So these are still kind of beginner, maybe intermediate tips. I still hope that it was helpful to you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and Subscribe to Fetch Quests if you haven't already. I know I said it in the beginning of the video, but it's really meant a lot to me, the kind of love that y'all show me for the work that I put into these videos. So thank you for just making me feel appreciated. It really warms my heart. Don't forget to go do some Fetch Quests of your own, because sometimes the rewards are worth it. Bye, y'all.